I was sitting in the exact same seating as you're sitting here right now as a graduate of Jackson Elementary School. 33 years. Mr. Hairston was my principal. Frank B. Hairston was my principal. Mr. Teddy Adams was my 6th grade teacher. And you talk about an awesome man, he taught me everything at that particular time frame as an 11-year-old. So, 33 years from now, I'm telling my age and all of the good stuff. I'm forever 18. I'm forever 18. But this is such an awesome occasion to know that when I look at all of these young faces, I'm actually looking out into the audience and I'm looking at future multimillionaires. I'm looking at, you're going to be the first one in your family to get a PhD. I'm looking at individuals that's going to be drafted by the NFL. I'm looking at people that are going to be the first to invent something new that no one has ever seen before or never heard of before. I'm looking at future prosperity. I'm looking at individuals that's going to go further than some of the people in their family. I'm looking at so many famous people in this audience. And y'all need to give yourselves a round of applause because the next time they see you, you might be on a television program, or on the cover of a magazine, or be headlining on the front page of a newspaper, not for doing anything bad, or y'all might be running for the candidacy for the presidency of the United States. So that you have a lot to be proud of. You have a lot to be proud of. As a graduate of this school, I live right in your community. I live right in Hempstead. I grew up on Terrace Avenue. Does anybody know where Terrace Avenue is? And see, all the talk about Terrace Avenue, you can put your hand down. All the talk about Terrace Avenue, the way the negative stereotypes that we've been, perceived with Terrace Avenue, the way things are. When I moved into Terrace Avenue, the building that I lived in was called the El Dorados. And the El Dorados had a doorman. We lived in the middle section. It was really, really classy at that time. So don't think that you come from this. This is just the evidence of somebody who tripped along the way and didn't ask for help. Okay? Because you're not a product of your environment. You're not. So don't let anybody tell you anything different. How many of y'all know this song, All I Do Is Win? All I Do Is Win? Popular rap song. Every time you put your hands down. Every time you go into a situation where you feel like you can't get out of it, anytime you go for something and you feel like you're not qualified for it, or you make the mistake by letting someone tell you that you can't do something, I want you to say to yourself, and I want you to say along with me, all I do is win no matter what. All I do is win no matter what. Y'all saying it like y'all at a bingo game. Say it with me. All I do is win no matter what. All I do is win no matter what. Again. All I do is win no matter what. That's right. That's right. Because wherever you go, wherever your foot touches to, know that when you get to where you're supposed to go, know that you've already won. There is no such thing as quitting. There is no such thing as defeat. Because every time you look at yourself in the mirror, each time you look at the mirror, you should have a big smile on your face and say, wow, I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I came up in Jackson Street School, and I wasn't as tall as I am now. I was kind of like your height capacity, real short. Wanted to play basketball. I couldn't because I was too short. And didn't realize that the folk that were able to jump up and touch the net and all the other stuff, I didn't realize that I wasn't that gifted in that area. But I always had it in my mind that I refused to lose. And as I look out into the audience, I'm looking at so many young faces that have so much promise, so much potential, a direction that you're going to go into that your eyes have not yet seen and your ears have not yet heard. And I want you to understand that today is an important milestone for you. That know that once you grow up and once you leave these walls, you're going to all probably go to different schools, different middle schools, probably over to Hempstead Middle School. You're all going to go over there, but I want y'all to all go in, not coming in as new junior high school or middle school students, say that I was able to run the race and I made it to the finish line and I was able to get to my next level. So every time you go up a next level, know that you won the last battle. And all you're doing is getting yourself prepared for the new battle. And you're going to go to another level where it's going to take you and you're going to have such great success. See, for me, growing up, an only child up until I was about 9, I always, had to kind of make my way, had to be creative because I didn't have that many friends in school. I knew a lot of people, but I didn't have a whole lot of friends. And for me, it became lonely after a while. Sometimes you have to kind of make stuff up as you go along. But I always had it in my mind that I wanted to be more than where I was. You have to take the opportunity to be proactive, you have to be proficient, and you also have to go through the process. And if you notice that the 3 words that I said, the first root word of each word had P-R-O in it, which means pro. Everybody in here is a pro. And everybody in here is good at something. So don't take the time out to be bored in school. I know this is probably a long-winded speech. And I know that y'all probably have better things to do and have things on your mind, but you know what? Y'all are our future. Y'all are the next generation of people that are go on, and you're going to go and see places, you're going to do things, and you're going to see things that you probably would have never thought you would be put in position to do. How many of y'all are excited about this summer? Everybody going on vacation? Everybody got family coming in? Everybody gonna be traveling out of New York? Well, if y'all travel, y'all bring me back a t-shirt extra large. But I just want y'all to understand that this is an important milestone for everybody. That know that wherever you go, and no matter whatever it is that you do, y'all are all winners. And if y'all are real winners, I want everybody in here under the age of 18. And that includes you, Sister Carolyn. Everybody under the age to stand up and clap and applaud yourselves. Because this wasn't an easy road. You did it. Be proud of yourselves. Y'all thought that y'all wasn't going to make it along the way. Some of y'all thought about quitting, but you made it. So this applause is for you. This applause is for all of you. Y'all can sit down. Y'all can sit down. I just wanted you to have that understanding that no matter what it is that you do, be the best at what it is that you do. Nobody can tell you different. I want you to say this along with me, and when you go home, I want you to tell your family to say it with you 10 times. No one can outdo you doing you. And say, no one can outdo me doing me. Because I'm the best that God has made me to be. When God made me, He didn't make no mistakes. I have value. I have meaning. And I have significance. Let me give y'all a round of applause. Y'all are amazing.